Hi, I'm Carl Azuz. Welcome to this presidential election edition of CNN 10. What we know, what we don't know, what we expect in the days ahead. We'll start with what we know. It's close. No landslides here in the presidential race. When we assembled this show in the overnight hours, a winner had not been declared yet. The election results hinged on 10 states: Alaska, Arizona, Georgia, Hawaii, Maine, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. In the popular vote, Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden was leading Republican incumbent President Donald Trump. But it's the electoral vote that counts, the magic number of 270 of those that determine the presidency, and those results came down to the states I mentioned. They were still unknown Tuesday night. At 12:42 a.m., Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden addressed supporters at a drive-in event in Wilmington, Delaware.
Good evening. Your patience is commendable. We knew this was going to go long, but who knew we're going to go into maybe tomorrow morning, maybe even longer. But look, we feel good about where we are. We really do. I'm here to tell you tonight, we believe we're on track to win this election. We knew because of the unprecedented early vote and the mail-in vote that it's going to take a while. We're going to have to be patient until the hard work of tallying the votes is finished. And it ain't over till every vote is counted, every ballot is counted.
At 2:22 a.m., Republican incumbent President Donald Trump addressed supporters at the White House in Washington, D.C.
I want to thank the American people for their tremendous support. Millions and millions of people voted for us tonight, and a very sad group of people is trying to disenfranchise that group of people. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election. We did win this election. So our goal now is to ensure the integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list, okay? It's a very sad moment. To me, this is a very sad moment, and we will win this, and as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it. So I just want to thank you.
So legal challenges to election results are expected. How much will mail-in ballots factor in? What will be the new makeup of the Senate and House of Representatives? These are also questions to be answered in the days ahead. As another CNN anchor put it, this is not a 90-minute thriller. It's like a 10-part miniseries. All of this was constantly being updated as we put this show together late last night. And CNN.com will have the latest news and results concerning the 2020 U.S. presidential election.
Electoral College. It's simpler than regular college. It's actually the name of a group of people who choose the U.S. president. Why them and not just citizens through a popular vote? Well, some of the founding fathers weren't completely comfortable with a direct election by the people. They wanted to buffer or limit that. They didn't think the average American was really in tune with politics. Electors, on the other hand, are all over them.
I need your vote.
Here's how the system works. Each state gets a certain number of electoral votes. The more people who live in a state, the more electoral votes it gets. Take California, most populous state in the nation, 55 electoral votes. South Dakota, 3. Not many, but it doesn't have nearly as many residents as the Golden State. Now, every state but Maine and Nebraska has a winner-take-all election system. That means whoever wins the state's popular vote wins all of its electoral votes. What kinds of numbers are we talking? Well, there are 538 electors in the Electoral College, so you need just over half of them, 270, to win the election. But you can't just win the top 5 states with the most electoral votes. In a close contest between two candidates, every electoral vote counts. And here's where it gets tricky. The Electoral College is supposed to reflect what most Americans want. But it is possible for a candidate to win the popular vote and lose the Electoral College and therefore the election. Former Vice President Al Gore, for example, won the popular vote in 2000 but lost the Electoral College and the election. Same thing happened in 1876 to Samuel J. Tilden and 1888 to Grover Cleveland. Did some folks get mad at the college? But despite hundreds of proposals to change that or get rid of it, it hasn't happened, in part because it allows smaller states to still have some power in an election, and because it would take changing the U.S. Constitution.